Hello and welcome to Introduction to Unity Games Development Part 6. In this video, we will learn working with scripts in Unity, what is the difference between start and update function, use of different statements like Debug.Log and print statements in C# script, getting the input from the users using different keys, what is renderer and how to change the material color. Let's head back to Unity and learn these concepts. In our last video, we just created the sphere and the plane. We added some material colors to these different game objects. Now we will create a new C# script in Unity. Remember, the scripts are basically useful to change the behavior of any game object. Let's suppose you want to move a game object, you want to change the color of a game object, or you want to perform any kind of logic. So this logic can be implemented using script. So the script is basically used to change the behavior of game objects. So let's create the first script in Unity. First of all, we will go to the scripts folder. So inside the asset folder, here is the script folder. Right click in the script folder, click on create pop-up menu, and then click on C# script. Give name to this script. So I'm gonna call it here, suppose we can call it here move script. Simple. So remember, the extension for this C# script will be cs.cs. So this is the script, and we need to attach this script to a game object here. So you can attach this script to any game object. In this case, I'm going to attach this script to my sphere game object. So how to attach this game object? There are again different ways to attach it. The first and easy method to attach this move script is to drag and drop onto the sphere game object. So just click on this sphere game object. Now this script has been attached to sphere game object. How can we check this? If you click on the sphere game object, right now you can see the script, which is move.css, move script. It has been attached to this game object. If you want to remove this script from this sphere game object, you can click on this settings button, 3 dots, and click remove component. Now the script has been removed from the sphere. How to attach this script again to the sphere game object? You can drag and drop it one way. Other method could be you can drag and drop it over here. When you see this blue line or blue strip in the inspector window, it means this is the place where you can drop it. So once you drop it, see the move script has been attached again to sphere. Now we want to make changes. We want to make changes in the script. We want to update this script. Now to use this script, you need to open the Visual Studio. There are many other ways to open this move script, but I'm going to use the Visual Studio to make changes in the script. Though you can change, if you are using any other program to change the script or to edit the script, you can change this by going into the edit menu. Click on this edit menu, drop down menu, and click on this preferences. In the preferences, you need to click on this external tool. Make sure the external tool is activated. Now here you can select. So if you have installed different script editors, so you can change your script editor by clicking on this drop down menu and select the choice of your script editor. So I'm going to use the Visual Studio Community Edition, which is already installed to my PC. So I'll be using this Visual Studio in order to update the script. So let me close this. So to make changes in the script, you can double click on the script. The script file is going to open in the Visual Studio. So once the script loads, then we will understand the different parts of the script. as you can see, the script has been loaded now. Let me just make it full screen. Let me zoom in. Keeping the control key pressed, and you can zoom in using the mouse wheel button. So this is the script, and when you open the script comes with pre-existing code. So the first few lines of this script is basically using the import function, some libraries we are going to use, and these libraries are being called over here. The next is, most of the time whenever you create a script and you attach it to the game object, the script is going to be extended with the mono behavior. When you extend this script with the mono behavior, by default you will be getting two functions present in your script. One is the start method and other one is the update method. Now what is difference between the start and update method? The start method, whenever you run your project, the start method is going to be called only one time. So whenever the project loads, it will be called first the start method, and later on the update function is going to be called. Now the update function is going to be called continuously throughout your game, and it depends upon the frames per second. What is the frames per second rate of your computer? As per the frame per second rate, the update function is going to be called. So let's suppose your computer is functioning on 60 frames per second. It means this update function will be called 60 times in 1 second. So most of the time our logic will be implemented in the update function, and in the start function we can initialize some of the components. So let's start with the first debug statement. Debug statement is very useful in any programming language in order to troubleshoot your programs. So we use either Debug.Log statement or we use print command to show different messages in the console. So I'm going to use this Debug.Log command, Debug.Log, and I'm going to insert this text over here. Start function is being called here, full stop, and with semicolon. Each and every statement will be ended with a semicolon in the C# script. Now let's check the update function. So we will implement some logic. So what we can do, either you can use Debug.Log statement and you can call update function is being called here, or you can use the print command. So I'm going to use again Debug.Log, and follow the same structure of this statement. Okay, if the D of the first letter is capital and the L of the first letter is again capital, so follow the same structure, otherwise you will be getting the syntax error. So Debug.Log update function is being called here, full stop and with semicolon. So let's save our script, save all. You can head back to Unity. You remember we have already attached this script to our sphere game object. So make sure that this script is attached to any game object here. Once the script has been attached to any game object, then you can run the program and see the output. Right now my computer is still operating, still functioning, still saving the information, the background information, or the script with whatever the script we have created and attached to. So once the computer is ready to accept the input from us, so we can go to this function. This is the play button. Now if I run this play button, in the console window we will be getting some inputs. So let's see. Once we run this program, the console window, you can see that update function is being called here. You can see this Debug.Log message has been displayed. If I go to the console method, see this message is continuous. In every second 60 times it is being called if the frame rate is 60 per second. So I can collapse them. So you can see, if you see start function is being called here, it called how many times? Only one time. While the update function is still in progress, still it is being called, and every time if this update function is called, the debug.log statement is going to print this message update function is being called here, and it has been called more than 2000 times here, as you can see, and it's still updating. So that's the difference. Let me stop my program here, so we can stop it. Click on the play button again. It's a toggle button to stop this program. So the program has stopped, and you can see how many times we received these messages in the console window. So that's the difference between start and update function. The start function will be called once when you run the program, while update function is going to be called continuous depending upon the frame rate. Now what I want to do, as this move script has been attached to sphere game object, what I want, based on the different input keys, if I press any key from the keyboard, I want to change the color of my sphere actually. So to build the logic here, let me get rid of this debug.log statement over here, or you can put it into comments. So // you can treat this line as comment over here. Okay, you can practice this one at a later stage. Now, as I mentioned, that most of your logic will be implemented in the update function. So we are going to start with, now what I'm going to do here, we will get the input from the user. If the user presses R key, then the color of this sphere should be changed to red. If the user presses G key, then the color of this program should be the sphere should be turned green. And if I press the B key, the color of the sphere should become red. So let me write the logic here. If R key is pressed, then change the color of the sphere to red. Similarly, if G key is pressed, then change the color of the sphere to green. If B key is pressed, then change the color of the sphere to blue. So this is what we are going to implement here. So starting with the first objective, our objective is when the user or the player presses the R key, the sphere color should turn into red. Remember, we have attached this script, this move script already to sphere. So it means whenever we press the key, any key from the keyboard, this change will be reflected with the sphere actually. So let me write here an if condition. If input dot get key down, so this is the function. Get key down means which key the user has pressed from the keyboard. Get key down, and the key code over here, if you see the key code, we need to give key code dot, and we have different keys. If you can see, escape key, space, return, backspace, down arrow, and you will get the list of all the keys. So here in this case I'm typing R. If R key is pressed, then what we want, open and close curly brackets, because we have a block of statement over here. So what we want here, now in this case, get component. So we will use this feature, get component, and which component we are going to get? We are going to get renderer component here. Renderer, I'm going to tell you what is this renderer about. Just 1 minute please. So get component renderer dot material dot color is equal to color dot red. Now what this line of code will do, as you know, different game objects are holding different components in the inspector window, as I mentioned. Now get the renderer component of this game object, go to the material and change its color, and the color should be red. If I head back to Unity, look at this. This is the sphere. This is the sphere. Now in this sphere, if you see, we have the mesh renderer over here component, and we have given the color to this component also. Now in this game component, get this material and change the color of this material actually. So that's the logic over here. So if I go back and if I save my script, click on the save button, let's run this program. So let's run this program and see the output. See, my game is running, and if I press R key from the keyboard, okay, see, the problem is the color of this sphere was already red. So that's why it is not changing the color. So if I go back, let me just stop this program. If I go to the sphere and if I go to the albedo color of this sphere, let me change this albedo color to, say for instance, blue or gray color. Let me close it. Let's run this program again, and this time I'll be pressing R key from the keyboard, and we will see the effect, whether the sphere color has been changed or not. The program is running now. Let me press R key from the keyboard. Look at this. When I press the R key from the keyboard, the color of this sphere has been turned into red color. Head back to Visual Studio and complete the program. Now the next task is, if I press the G key, the color should be turned into green, and if I press the B key, the color should be turned into blue. So let's complete it. It will be the same logic, only we will be changing this color code over here. So we will type here if input dot get key down, and this time key code dot G for green, okay. And now what we want, get component renderer object dot material dot color equals to color dot green, and with semicolon. Let's finish the last part of this script as well. If input dot get key down, key code dot B, then get component, get the renderer component of this game object, renderer dot access to material color, material dot color, and set the material color to blue, color dot blue, and with semicolon. Don't forget to save your script. Save your script, head back to Unity, and let's run this code. So when you run this code, and we will see the effect here in the game window. So our game is running. Let's change the input. Let's press the key from the keyboard and see the effects. If I press R key, see the color of the sphere is turned into red. If I press G key, see it is green now, and if I press B, it turned into blue as well. So our script is working fine and there is no problem with the script at all. So what you can do, you can head back to Unity. You can tweak all these changes. You can practice all these concepts, whatever you have learned so far. This is the C# script here. And now if I want to print a command here, if I want to print this message, so I can use this print command. Make sure that this is all small case. Print, okay, red color so I'm gonna write here this message, sphere got the red color. Similarly, we can go down here and we can add this print command. Print sphere got the green color. Scroll down and complete this one, the last print command here. Sphere got the blue color. And with semicolon, save your script, head back to Unity, run and see the output. See, I'm getting an exception over here, and the exception is, I don't know what was the issue, but it fixed automatically. I did not do anything. So my program is running now. So if I press R key from the keyboard, see it, the sphere got the red color, and here is this message, sphere got the red color. If I show you in the console, see, we can see this message, sphere got the red color. If I head back to game window, and this time I'm gonna press the G key from the keyboard, sphere got the green color, and see the print message is also displayed over here. If I show you in the console, see, sphere got the green color. So in this session we learned working with scripts in Unity, how to attach this script to a game object, what is difference between start and update function, using Debug.Log and print statement, the method input.getKeyDown, the renderer component, and the material color function, how it works. So practice all these concepts in Unity, and I'll see you in the next video.